From a design standpoint, Justin, what separates a great website, a great looking website, from a cruddy looking website?
That's a great question, because when you say there's crappy websites, some people might think, oh man, it looks crappy. Actually, some of the worst websites, they look beautiful, but they don't do anything for the business owner, right? They look amazing. They have the cool video background, and they just, you love it, your secretary loves it, your staff loves it, but the person that lands on your website's like, what am I supposed to do? So
Mm.
to answer that, I feel like what separates, not great from great is probably more in the eyes of your customer than in your own perspective. So basically, if it's not producing leads or producing like, you know, good conversations, and you're getting these calls, hey, I went to the website to find that thing you said, but I can't find it.
Mm.
It's a little bit more of that. The part that I would say should also be true, though, is it should be authentic to you. It should be, if you make beautiful interior designs or your food looks amazing because you plate it just right, then yeah, make sure it's authentically represented on your website for sure. But you got to have that like conversion smooth pathway. So I think it's I think bad is confusing and good is like clear. I don't have to think a whole lot. I know where to go. And then it's kind of icing on the cake and great if it looks well and beautiful and in that process. Yeah.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more on clarity. Clarity is so important. And I've kind of gone back and retooled my website several times. I think one of the mistakes that people make when it comes to like their main landing page is they've got too many buttons that do different things. What's something that you've seen that's been successful in creating clarity? Like, what's a best practice? I'm going to the drawing board, I'm building out my website. What's a best practice I could follow?
No, that's great. I mean, it's a great question because it really depends. You have to, number one, know or have a great either data set or hunch of who's coming to your website and what they're looking for. And so with that in mind, before they scroll, that first 3 seconds, hopefully your site loads in under 4 seconds. We all know that after 4 seconds, you lose half of your audience per second. So keep that in mind if you're a business owner. Google will tell you that if you just run a free audit on your website with Lighthouse. I mean, some of this stuff is easily accessible to us. We just don't think through it. But number one, you've got those 3 seconds. And so best practice is have one single next step there. When we take over websites and we look to optimize conversion, two things we do right off the bat. We take away sliders, and that, because what happens on a slider is you start to read something and the image changes and you're like, squirrel. Yeah. Wait, what is that? Oh, I should look at that. So number one, just take away the slider, have a single image in the background. But number two, give me one next step. Sometimes you can get away with 2. It's like, hey, more about our team or look at our guarantee. But really, you just want one thing. You don't want 3 buttons along the top of your header and then 2 in that main hero image. And now you're asking me 5 questions at once. I don't even know what you want me to do. So get one single thing there, and don't ask for marriage before you even start to date them. That's like our joke of like, it's like, hey, want to sign a contract now? Hey, want to buy this thing? Hey, want to donate to my nonprofit? Honestly, take that out of the top of your website. They don't even know enough to know whether they want that or not. So stop asking for marriage before you've even told them something about yourself.
So I love this. Load times, sliders, don't get married on the first date. These are all like really easy mistakes you can make, but really easy fixes you can make. Justin, love that. And of course, you can find out a ton more at sparrowwebsites.com, Justin's company. So Justin, I want to talk a little bit more about load times, because that's a really tricky thing, because you want your website to look beautiful and have these crisp, clear images. But if you're uploading, huge digital files, your website ain't going to load. How can we what are some actual tips that we can use to make our websites load quickly?
Yep. Let me give you a bunch of free candy, man, because a lot of stuff out there you can just do. So number one, Birme.net, BIRME.net is a free tool online that does 2 things. One, it will optimize your images, but you can also then title tag, like SEO title tag your images in that process. So load 40 images off your iPhone into Birme.net. Tell it, hey, my business name, title, service title. And as it optimizes those image, it will actually put the title tag on it as well. So that's going to speed up your image and give you, a title tag and an SEO friendly, thing for Google to index. That's one free tool.
Love it.
Or you can put Imagify, which is a free tool. You can pay. There's a paid version, but there's a free version of Imagify, and it's a plugin. It's really robust. You can put on your website, and what that does is it will take an image that you load, and it will create a desktop version, a tablet version, a mobile version, a Retina version of that same image, which is brilliant because then, depending what device you're loading, it loads the correct image. And you'll see a lot of load time is affected by that image, that JavaScript load. So if you can optimize those images and size, I mean, that is the single easiest way to increase load time. And video, putting direct like MP4 link video or YouTube link background videos, you just want to weigh the pro and the con. Just don't, but you got to get your speed. I mean, server speed obviously is a big issue there. Generally I'd say don't be on a shared server. And I won't name drop anyone, but there's a lot of cheap shared servers out there. Spend a few extra bucks and get like a cloud-based dedicated server so that your load time is going to be wicked fast.
Thanks for watching Mark Spont Media. Here we're going to help you create better content in less time and turn that attention into income. If you love this video, you're going to love these videos here. Click the one. Me and my team specially selected this just for you. Click the link, check out the video. I'll catch you here next time on Mark Spont Media. Peace.